Hi, this is Tia DeShay. Today is Sunday, April 3rd, 2022. It is 11:34 a.m. This is the 40-day prosperity plan demonstration brought to you by Selah Leadership Academy for Creative and Intuitive Studies, LLC, an educational component of Tia DeShay, LLC. This video presentation is brought to you by The Abundance Book by John Randolph Price. This is to serve as a supplement, not a substitute. You are encouraged to buy the book and read it in its entirety and then come back to this video presentation to supplement what you have read. The agenda for today's presentation is as follows: protection prayer, meditation, prosperity checklist, statement of principle, gratitude, and resources. The protection prayer is by James Freeman. The light of God surrounds me. The love of God enfolds me. The power of God protects me. The presence of God watches over me. The mind of God guides me. The life of God flows through me. The laws of God direct me. The power of God abides within me. The joy of God uplifts me. The strength of God renews me. The beauty of God inspires me. Wherever I am, God is. Let it be as it was said and written, unto you and unto me, Ashe and amen. It is done. Meditation. Let's breathe in and breathe out 3 times. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in one more time and breathe out. What do I know of God? God is life. Life is omnipresent. All is alive. I see this in the wonders of nature. I see this in myself. I am alive because I am life. My life is God's life. My life is God. I feel my livingness within me. I feel God. My awareness of God is growing. God is love. I feel love in my heart and know that this is the very Spirit of God flowing through my feeling nature. I cannot love without God. I love, therefore I am one with God. My understanding of God is growing. God is wisdom and intelligence. God is mind, and I sense the infinite knowingness of that mind within me. I think, I know, and that with which I think and know is God's mind and expression. My knowledge of God is growing. Where is God? God is where I am. God is what I am. I am an individualization of God, and the Spirit of God dwells within me as me. I am the light of the world. I turn within to the light and say, Thou art the Christ, the Spirit of the living God. You are my spirit, my soul, my body. When I look at thee, I see me, and I listen in the silence for the acknowledgement from within. I am now conscious of God, of my Christ self. I am the Christ of God, the truth of God, the self of God. Through this consciousness of the reality of me, I open the door to spirit. I draw into my mind and feeling nature the wholeness of spirit, the allness of God, and my consciousness is filled with the light of truth. I now know that there is nothing that I could truly desire that is not at this very moment standing at the door of my consciousness, ready to appear in my life and affairs. I have only to be conscious of this truth, and every need is met, every problem solved, every question answered. My consciousness of God within is all I will ever need for all eternity. Breathe in, breathe out. Our prosperity checklist, set 1. Is my primary interest in realizing the presence of God, or is it in meeting a financial problem? Am I still concentrating on the effect, money, or am I focusing my attention on cause, spirit? Am I willing to take my stand now and prove God once and for all as my all-sufficiency? Have I devoted the necessary time to meditating on the spirit within as the source of my prosperity? Am I conscious of the inner presence as my abundance? Do I have the understanding that my consciousness of the presence is my supply? Am I trying to demonstrate money or develop a greater consciousness of abundance? Have I accepted the truth that the living presence within me is my all-sufficiency, and that the activity of this infinite mind is meeting my every need at this moment? Prosperity checklist, set 2. Have I identified myself with my all-sufficient self so that I can say with great conviction, I am abundance? Knowing that my consciousness of the indwelling presence is my supply, can I now affirm and believe the truth that I have abundance? Can I see myself fulfilled and enjoying lavish abundance in my life and affairs? Have I truly expressed a feeling of love for the visions of wholeness and completeness that I see in my visualizations? Do I intuitively feel that Spirit has manifested as my all-sufficiency, even though the reality may still be invisible? Have I spoken the word? It is done. Have I totally surrendered all my needs, desires, fears, and concerns to the presence within? Have I expressed a deep sense of gratitude to the Spirit within before my good comes forth into visible manifestation? Is my heart overflowing with thankfulness and joy the majority of my waking hours? Prosperity checklist set 3. Am I listening to the voice within for guidance and instructions regarding any action that I am to take in the outer world? Am I following thought with that action? Have I totally forgiven everyone and everything in my consciousness? Am I practicing unconditional love with everyone in my life? Have I maintained a state of secrecy regarding the use of spiritual principles in the demonstration of my supply? Knowing the reality within all and the truth about all, can I see everyone on this planet as abundantly supplied with every good thing, regardless of appearances? Do I desire for everyone else that which I desire for myself? Am I a joyful giver? Do I freely share my money on a regular basis, knowing that as I give, so shall I receive, pressed down and running over? Prosperity checklist set 4. Have I done all that I can do to improve my relationship with my children? In my personal relationship with my mate or love partner, do I care more about his or her feelings and welfare than I do my own? Am I working to overcome any problems related to my sex life? Am I involved in a meaningful activity for creative self-expression? Am I working on my life plan to see myself as whole and complete in every area of my life? The more questions you have answered yes, the richer you are in mind and manifestation. Statement of principle, day 33. I am conscious of the inner presence as my lavish abundance. I am conscious of the constant activity of this mind of infinite prosperity. Therefore, my consciousness is filled with the light of truth. I was writing in my journal yesterday, and I went back to one of my journal entries during our 40-day prosperity plan demonstration, and I saw the word conscious, and I didn't write the definition down to it, to conscious. And conscious means aware of and responding to one's surroundings, awake. So when I see this for our statement of principle, day 23, principle 3, to be conscious, it means you're aware of and you respond. It's a twofold condition to this thing. To be conscious, you are aware, meaning that you recognize, you understand, you are cognizant of, you acknowledge that something exists, and you respond to it. What I'm getting to share with you is like when someone is in a coma, the doctor or the medical team may, to see if there's brain activity, or I want to say if they're like unconscious, but there's still brain activity, they will ask, can you hear me? Like move your fingers or blink or move your eyes or blink to indicate that you can hear me. So a person could be aware that someone is speaking, but not respond. So they're not conscious. Because there's two actions that need to be taken. Not only do you have to acknowledge or be aware, but you have to respond. So if the medical team is saying, can you hear me? Move your fingers to let me know that you can hear me. And if the person does not move their fingers, that means to the medical team that this person cannot hear them. Now, they may be able to hear them, but can't respond physically. So there may be some paralysis. There may be some disconnect between the brain and the body. So that's why it's two conditions that need to be met to determine if you are conscious, to be aware and respond to your surroundings. So in my journal, I wrote to respond to my surroundings, which is God is in me, the inner abundance, the inner divine abundance is within me. How would I respond to that? I would say thank you. I would be grateful. I would share my resources. I would give. I would receive. I would not worry or be in fear, because I'm aware that the infinite mind is, there's always something going on in the infinite mind, always, and it's related to my good and it's related to prosperity. There's always some constant activity. So how would I respond to that? I would write down ideas that I get. I would act on those ideas. I wouldn't even question those ideas, because I know that those ideas are related to constant prosperity, a constant flow of prosperity in my life. So when you are conscious of the inner presence within you that is showing itself as lavish abundance, when you are aware of the constant activity of the divine mind within you, of infinite prosperity within you, you're going to respond to your surroundings. One way, you're going to be grateful. One way, you're not going to worry about how you're going to pay a bill or where the money is going to come from. One way, you're going to act on those ideas that you get. You're going to respond to those ideas. You're going to be in a constant state of gratitude. That is how you show that you are conscious of the inner presence as your lavish abundance. And that is a way to show that you are conscious of the constant activity of this mind of infinite prosperity. It is no way that you could be aware of the infinite mind of prosperity in you, the divine mind of infinite prosperity within you. Is no way you can be aware of that and not act on the ideas that you're given and see tangible results of prosperity. There's no way. It's impossible. So that's today's principle. Statement of principle, day 23. I am conscious of the inner presence as my lavish abundance. I am conscious of the constant activity of this mind of infinite prosperity. Therefore, my consciousness is filled with the light of truth. That is why I'm always saying thank you at the end of this presentation. Because me doing these presentations is a way I'm responding to the infinite mind, the divine mind of infinite prosperity within me. This is me responding to my surroundings, creating these video presentations. So I'm thankful. If you're a new subscriber, I'm thankful. If you're a returning subscriber, I'm thankful. If you're watching the video and you learn something from it and you applied it and you see the results in your life, I'm thankful. This just reinforces that there is enough abundance, enough prosperity to go around for everybody, that we don't have to hoard it. We don't have to be in competition. We can gladly share our resources, our knowledge, our gifts, our talents, our creativities, and everybody can benefit. And it takes nothing from me. It takes nothing from you. So thank you for allowing Selah Leadership Academy for creative and intuitive studies and assisting you in your transformation. If you would like to utilize any of my services or products, you may do so at tiadeshay.com. You could also utilize my services and my products by downloading my app, Mirrored Moments. You can also enroll in my classes on Udemy under Reverend Deandra Everhart. And also you can purchase my books on Amazon, type in Tia DeShay, and you can purchase my books on Amazon. Until tomorrow, be blessed.